10 tests to prove you are unique. Your fingerprint isn't the only thing that makes you unique. The human body is full of special identifying parts and individual traits to help you stand out from the crowd. Whether it be the print on your lip or your ability to wiggle your ears, these tests will prove that you are truly a special snowflake. If you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe and please give this video a big thumbs up. Today we'll be showing you 10 tests to prove you're unique. Just wait until you see what it means if you have a tendon protruding from your wrist. You'll be absolutely amazed. Paralyzed finger trick. We all know that our fingerprints make us unique, but there are way more things about our hands that can make us special. Some people are able to do some pretty crazy things with their fingers while others can't. So, are you ready to put your fingers to the test? Okay, let's get to it. This exercise is called the paralyzed finger trick. All you have to do is bend your middle finger and rest it on a table. The rest of your fingers should be extended out with their tips touching the surface of the table. Now, try to move and lift each finger off of the table. You'll notice that you can lift your thumb, index finger, and pinky finger easily, but it is the ring finger that won't budge, right? Well, this is because the tendons in your fingers are all independent from one another, except for your ring and middle fingers. This is why you can't move your ring finger when your middle finger is immobilized. Now, if you're able to lift your ring finger without any problems, then you've just defeated science. Congratulations! You are way more special than you ever thought. Roll your tongue. You probably don't pay too much attention to your tongue, especially since it stays hidden inside your mouth most of the time. But our tongues actually have the ability to do some tricks of their own. Some people have mastered the art of rolling, splitting, flipping, and bunching their tongues up into little squiggles. These tongue tricks can amaze your friends and stop strangers in their tracks. It was once believed that tongue tricks were genetic, but that was disproven in the 1950s. If you've ever struggled to make your tongue put on a performance, you have some good news for you. You can train your tongue to do exactly what you want it to do. During a recent study, a group of 10 non-tongue rollers was asked to practice rolling their tongue once a day for a week. At the conclusion of the study, one of the participants was able to successfully teach themselves how to do it. So, how about you? What kind of wacky tricks are you able to do with your tongue? Don't forget to leave your comment down below in the comment section. And if you're lucky, you might even get a reply from us. Toe print. If you're still not convinced by how special you are, you will be after taking a look at your feet. Take off your shoes and socks and take a peek at the bottom of your toes. What do you see? If you look closely enough, you can probably make out all the fine lines that are embedded into your skin. Just like your fingertips, your toes also have identifiable marks that make you one of a kind. Your toes contain tiny ridges and patterns that were formed way before you made your grand entrance into the world. They are developed when a baby is still in utero. As the baby kicks their feet up against their mother's womb, it creates the unique lines that are found on your toes, feet, fingers, and your palms. This is why no two prints are the same. Even identical twins have different prints too. The FBI has a database full of millions of fingerprints, and it may not be long before toe and footprints are added to the system. If a suspect happens to commit a crime while barefoot, investigators will be able to retrieve their foot and toe print to possibly identify and apprehend them. Pretty cool, right? Your lips. There is more that makes our lips unique aside from their size, shape, and color. Although those are the traits that are noticed right away, there's more to our lips than meets the eye. Just like our fingers and toes, our lips also contain some unique marks that set them apart from everyone else's. We all have a sort of identifiable barcode on our lips, and this may seem like something that's common knowledge. But lip prints weren't even confirmed until a study was conducted in the 1990s. Japanese researchers at Tokyo University randomly selected 1,364 participants. After examining their lips, they discovered every pair of lips had its own set of ridges and valleys on the skin to make it different in its own unique way. Knowing that our lips leave different marks can definitely come in handy to law enforcement officials. When it comes to nabbing criminal suspects, many of them unknowingly leave behind evidence that links back to them. If a suspect takes a drink out of a glass or leaves a stain of lipstick at the crime scene, those prints that were left behind can be used to identify them and bring them to justice. Raise one eyebrow. This next test is one that many people struggle with. It's called the eyebrow test. Although it doesn't have any real purpose, it's just something that's fun to do. We can all raise both of our eyebrows at the same time, but raising just one of them is another story. Some people are able to raise one brow easily, and that is a unique trait. The good news is, this is something that's not genetic. So it's possible to develop this talent just by putting in some practice. The next time you're in front of a mirror, pick an eyebrow and see how far you can lift it without moving the other one. Over time, you'll definitely be giving the rock a run for his money. Now, do you want to be even more unique? Most people can only raise either their left or their right eyebrow. So if you can master the ability to raise both of yours one at a time, you'll be even more special. Are you able to raise one eyebrow? If so, can you raise your right one or the left one? Let us know your answer down below in the comment section. And who knows, your comment might even get pinned to our channel. Tendon protrusion. In the past, people relied on their tonsils, wisdom teeth, goosebumps, and appendix. But today, these things are considered vestigial structures. This means they have no real function. They're just leftover body parts from our ancestors. We're born with them, but they're no longer of any use to us. There's another remnant of our bodies that we no longer need, and it's a tendon that's located on our wrist. The crazy part is, over time, this tendon has mysteriously disappeared from some humans' bodies. Are you ready to see if your body is still holding on to a remnant of the past? Okay, it's time to do the tendon protrusion test. Place your arm on a flat surface and push your thumb up against your pinky finger. Then tip your hand slightly into the air. If you don't have a band poking out from the middle of your wrist, it means you don't have the vestigial muscle in your body. And guess what? This means you're very unique. Only 10 to 15% of people are missing this tendon in one or both arms. Living without it doesn't affect your grip, so there's no need to worry. Our tongues. We've learned a lot about toe prints and lip prints, but there's another print that also makes us very special. There's something very interesting about the tongue that many people aren't aware of. It's actually unique, and everyone's tongue looks different. But don't get too excited. It's unlikely that our tongue will become an identification tool in the near future. Even though we might not be using our tongues to unlock our cell phones anytime soon, it's still cool to know that our tongues are one of a kind. Everyone's tongue has a different shape and a different color. Some people have really long tongues that they can stretch out and touch the tip of their nose. Other people have really short tongues that barely stick out of their mouths. Some tongues have a film on them which can signal a disease or infection. Some have wrinkles, ridges, seams, and marks. It's not polite to stick out your tongue, but for the sake of this test, go ahead and let it hang out. What makes your tongue special? Does it have a unique size, shape, or color? Your heartbeat. The next time you listen to your heartbeat, just know that it's one of the many things that make you special. Using heartbeats to identify individuals is definitely the wave of the future. Researchers are developing ways that we can use our unique beats to unlock various forms of data. The studies are happening at a university in Taiwan. Heartbeats are being programmed and encrypted into a passcode, and each passcode is unique, of course. The user is then able to use their beats to log into their electronic devices. All they have to do is transmit their heartbeat through their wrist, palm, or fingertips. So what does this mean for us? Well, it means that our very special heartbeats might be replacing our numeric and alpha passwords. Just imagine you're sitting down at your laptop and you need to log into your email. Instead of typing your password, there may come a time where you could place your wrist or fingertip on a sensor on your computer. It will link your heartbeat to your encrypted password, and it will log you into your account instantly. Since your heartbeat is unique to you, there's no possible way for anyone to gain access and hack into your account. Sounds pretty amazing, right? Are you looking forward to using your heartbeat as an authentication tool? Wiggle your ears. The area that controls the function and movement of ears is rather large in cats, but it's very small in human beings. This is why your kitty can wiggle its ears like a pro, but your ears are constantly at a standstill. A small portion of the population can wiggle theirs on demand. It just comes easy for some people, but most of us are out of luck. Just like other tests in this video, you can train yourself to wiggle your ears. It's all about locating the muscle that's responsible for eye movement. This is said to be the same muscle that controls movement in your ears too. Now give it a try. Attempt to wiggle your ears without moving your scalp or any other parts of your face. Are yours moving? If so, that means you have at least one dominant ear wiggling gene. You're a part of a very special club. Only 10 to 20% of people can wiggle their ears. If you're not able to move your ears at all, sadly, it means you don't have the dominant gene. But practice makes perfect, so don't give up until your ears are moving and shimmying under your command. Your eyes. For this next test, you'll need to stand in front of a mirror. Now look deeply into your eyes and study each iris. When the light hits your eye at a certain angle, you should be able to see small, random, and intricate patterns on each of your irises. Your DNA controls what color eyes you'll be born with, but when it comes to the ridges and pits in your irises, they occur when you're still in your mother's womb. When a fetus opens and shuts its eyes, the tissues in the iris tightens and makes the distinct patterns. So, just like fingerprints and toe prints, the patterns in your eyes are very unique to you. Researchers are developing different ways that we can use our iris patterns to identify ourselves in the future. Eye prints that recognize the blood vessels in the whites of the eyes are already being used in technology, but researchers still have more studies to complete before iris patterns become the preferred identification tool. What do you think about using the iris of your eyes as a way to identify yourself? Don't forget to leave your comment down below in the comment section. Also, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. In what ways are you unique? React in the comments section down below. Thanks for watching.